if you are up against a crouch canceling opponent, because this will apply when you fight against like Sheik or something, or even me. If you down tilt and then down tilt again, it is single-handedly the worst crouch cancel option you could possibly go for. Like the counter crouch that you could go for. The optimal way of beating crouch cancel is what's your rank?
I'm Diamond 3. I peaked at Master 1 after farming Lucky secondaries and then regressed to the mean. And now I'm Diamond 3. I feel like in particular I struggle versus people who don't want to approach too much because like I think I kind of don't know how to approach myself.
There's ways to manipulate that, and depending on the matchup, I have advice on like how to manipulate people that are like,
yeah, I think my problem is just in general, like when people play at like a longer range, I find it scary. Oh, Kambizi.
Oh, we're getting the Yoshi.
Oh god.
All right, well, let's see
like
how you do this. All right, so stay on the Angel platform. Here's two ways that you can make the matchup a lot more efficient. One, down tilt them when they're like doing egg things, like they're doing egg regrab, and two, when they're at like 70% and they're in the corner, it's gonna sound funny, but walk up forward smash them.
Okay.
And also be more aware of their airborne threat range. You kind of just like ran into like that up air, for example. So like try to be a little bit more. Okay, so like run up forwards, like walk up forward smash him, because you'll find out why that's good. You could also down tilt that when he's like regrabbing the ledge. Just turn around down tilt, like not during his double jump armor, but when he's about to up B regrab, down tilt him. But yeah, don't forward smash him here, obviously. The percent range is like 70% is when it starts working really well. So I have to be patient here. There's like, at low percents, there's not really much Marth can do. You just have to like play it patient. But yeah, be very aware of the airborne range. Don't get hit for free is like the big thing. Wait out double jump armor. Don't hit him during, like right as his like double jump sound runs out. That's when you want to hit him. Okay, good. So, you had to kill him at like 200% a lot. And would you believe me if I told you like that shouldn't happen all the time?
Is it the F smash thing?
Forward smashing when Yoshi's cornered at 70 is actually really powerful for several reasons. One, like he can't double jump armor through it because it breaks. Also ban Dreamland. Yeah, and secondly, if you space the tipper forward smash, they can't really parry. Like if it's spaced and they parry it, like they're not gonna be close enough to really like punish you big time. Okay. Plus, like you could like play around the timings a bit. And thirdly, it could just fucking kill them. Yeah. And like so, like it breaks armor.
I think the hard part is like getting to that spacing.
Yeah, because like actually really Yoshi
forward and neutral much. I think.
Yeah, like Yoshi doesn't have that much when he's cornered. That's the biggest thing.
I guess like the double jump, just double jumping out of the corner, I don't really know what to do about that.
Yeah, that's why you want to preemptively forward smash.
Okay, I see.
Because there's not much you could do once they have the double jump armor, but when they don't, like when they're in the ground and you forward smash them before they get double jump armor, that's huge. And also don't hit, like, again, be more mindful like about their ranges in the air. Because like I don't want you to get up air for free. And that's one of Yoshi's biggest like, you know, haymakers. You should kill him here. Yes. All right. Efficient kill. Stock. Yeah. So obviously you shouldn't spam forward smash all the time because like, you know, they could just roll in down smash you. But it's like having that threat when Yoshi honestly can't do that much about forward smash. Like one, it could get you a cheap kill, and two, like it's just actually it's more safe than it looks. Rather than like trying to deal with double jump armor on the top, and it's like that's a huge mess. So it's like forward smashing when one they're at 70 and spacing it, and when they're in the corner, that's actually like a pretty big win con.
When I used to play Bobo all the time, I felt like my main problem was like dealing with like top plat, side plat, waveland, Yoshi shenanigans.
That's because like when I saw in the first game, it honestly looked like you didn't know the range very well.
Yeah.
Like you just got hit by a bunch of aerials for free. Right. And once I pointed out, like just like try to be aware of their hitboxes, their ranges when they're in the air, you got hit way less. Yeah, just at least just being reactive on like where they could potentially hit you rather than like, oh, I'm just gonna dash dance and hope that I never get hit. Like,
Yeah.
you need a dash dance in relation to their hitboxes, their threat range. Hey guys, if you guys are struggling with your slippy ranked games, I've got just the thing for you. Head on over to my Patreon where even the $5 tier has so much resources for improvement. If you're really looking to take your gameplay to the next level, I got some coaching on my Patreon and my Metafy, so check me out in the link below. Anyways, let's get back to the video. So similar issues to Tash. Whenever you're in a disadvantage, you jump a lot.
Yeah.
Hold light shield. I hope your light shield button works.
It does.
You know, even though that worked, I don't like that shield grab. For several reasons. Grab. You got that grab because you shield grabbed when, like, I think you should have held light shield there.
Okay.
Because, like, a better player would have owned you for that. So, keep in mind that every time you're in a disadvantage, I want you to hold light shield. Or you just own this guy. Yes, I liked how you dealt with that overall. Even though it didn't work out, like, it turned out to be more cleaner than you, even though you lost. Like, I'm gonna compliment good plays even if it didn't work, because good plays are good in the long term, on average. Light shield, I loved seeing that. Yes. Yes, I love seeing that light shield. Every Diamond Marth that wants to get better and ranked, if you want to rank up, you gotta light shield more against Falco. Yeah, you need to also be familiar with your light shield timings, but I'm willing to forgive you for that because, like, you're probably not used to, like, light shield timings.
I do it sometimes.
Yeah.
But not all the time.
Yeah, but I loved seeing more light shields.
Yeah,
I know you're adjusting.
That game definitely felt a lot easier.
Yeah, like, you're adjusting a lot better, and, like, you know, I just feel like if you're put in that situation, like, you know, a couple more times, like, you'd be... It's more clear what the answers are.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing is, I feel like I have to wave dash out of light shield, but I guess the whole point is that it moves you, and so I can...
Well, it's also, like, you have more shields done.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
all right.
You're up against Kopaka.
The legend.
Let's see how you do against this guy.
Oh, yeah.
So, I could see what you mean now, how, like, if they dash dance at a certain range, you tend to, like, dash attack a lot.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do is, instead of dash attacking, I want you to just run up crouch and see what happens. Could have been a free reversal there. So don't dash attack there. I want you to run up crouch more often.
I'm trying. It's
hard. I know. Hard muscle memory, but something to experiment. Even at this percent, it's actually still fine to crouch cancel. The percents where, like, you can't crouch cancel as much anymore is, like, post 70. But, yeah, run up crouch more often. Yes, yes, I love seeing that. Oh my god, you literally got a kill off of a crouch cancel grab!
Let's go!
Let's fucking go!
Oh,
Let's go. That might feel good to you. You know how how good that feels for me to, like, to see somebody implement my advice and then get a Ken combo off of it? Oh my god, dude, that made me so happy to see.
Yeah, it felt really good because I've been trying to crouch cancel for a while and I just kept not acting correctly out of it.
Yes.
But I was like, I just got to grab out of it.
Yes, yes, I love seeing that. So
okay, I probably could have grabbed that fair right there. Right?
So I'm gonna go a step further. Is that, like, if they're doing this rising fair, like they're jumping for this for some reason, I think a way better punish is crouch cancel jump nair.
Okay.
Yeah, if you nair at 0 while they're in the air, this is such a, like, a big opening.
To be honest, I think this crouch cancel was accidental because I think I was just trying to downhill, you know?
That's all good. Also, like, whenever you're crouch canceling, try to react at this point rather than, like, here. Because a lot of
Yeah.
people make the mistake of crouch canceling and reacting after they got hit rather than
Right.
during they get hit.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because if you react at this point, it's gonna be way too late. Instead, you gotta really react like here. Like the moment
Yeah.
you like during they hit you, that's the point you really want to react.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like if I see him jump that close to me, then I can assume he's gonna
Yes,
aerial, and if he
exactly.
doesn't, then like, what's the harm, anyways? Right?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah, and also, do you want to know Jmook's secret of like crouch canceling Marth's weak down tilt?
what?
His secret that, even Drug Fox has told me too, is that he looks at the startup of down tilt. That's how he's able
Okay,
to
so like the
react.
pulling Marth when he pulls his arm back
Yeah.
a little bit.
Like the startup animation of Marth's down tilt. That's how he gets crouch cancel reversals of weak down tilt.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And also a lot of these crouch cancel scenarios, a lot of times you're gonna have to JC grab. Sometimes like you get away with shield grab, which is a frame faster, but a lot of times you need to move when you
Okay.
crouch cancel.
Yeah, that's good to think about because like you have to stop crouching and jumping gets you there faster.
Also, how good are you at dashing out of crouch? Just out of curiosity.
Not good at all.
That's something to actually practice. Where I know some controllers are better than others, but it is like a practice motion where like you kind of apply a little bit of pressure, so then like it accelerates to the second gate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, it's like a quarter circle
Yeah.
thing, right?
Yes, exactly. So I really recommend you practice that for this reason. But there's more fundamentals to this. Like obviously, like you're not gonna always be in crouch cancel range, and like if you're too obvious with crouch cancel, because I just told you to run a crouch just to kind of experiment and like kind of get a feel of it. But obviously, if you do that against me and you're way too obvious about it, I'm just gonna run up grab you. Yeah. So like there's obviously like, and like obviously when you're at like 300%, like you can't crouch cancel even weak down tilt anymore. Yeah. So like I have to discuss some fundamentals regarding that too.
I think I'm not like that good at paying attention to what my percent is yet. Like even I kind of get surprised when I get over 100 roll the first time, and then I'm like, okay, now I have over 100 roll.
Yeah. I also think you would have benefited a lot from overshooting more, because like
I think I was trying to with dash attack, but I don't know.
No, you were not overshooting.
Okay.
A lot of the dash attacks were like kind of instant.
Okay.
And like, how far do you think Marth's dash back goes?
I don't know, like a fourth of Pokemon Stadium.
Like a lot. Like, here is where you try to attack a lot of the times.
Yeah.
So obviously, like when he's this close, like Marth can outrange his own dash attack if he has enough startup. Like literally, like point blank.
Yeah. No, I remember you showing that to Typhoon.
Yeah. And so then you're trying to hit Marth like at this range when like literally it will never work. The one weakness of Marth's dash back is that it does have like a little bit of a frame startup. So if you have frame advantage, you could get away with this if you could act first. But if you don't have frame advantage, you need to seriously overshoot. That's why he was able to like dodge so much of your moves. One thing I also want to mention is that if you're gonna crouch cancel, this is like when you want to react. A lot of people make the mistake of reacting here. Then they try to crouch cancel reversal, and then it's going to be way too late. So that's something to note when crouch canceling down tilt.
Yeah, I guess with like overshooting, I think I'm like scared that they might not, keep dashing back or whatever, so I want to do stuff in place. But now that I think about it, especially in this matchup, like I feel like their options are sort of like dash through you, and then it's kind of like neutral. Like you're both just bad.
Yeah, I mean, like it definitely could happen that like they won't dash back. But then like, do you have any excuses when they whiff punish you 3 times in a row?
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, and also when you're playing against better players, like, do you really think that like Marth won't dash back? Do you really think I won't dash back?
Yeah.
It's like, you have to try to keep in mind of like the level of playing that you're up against.
That's true. To be honest, I do feel like some of my game plan is informed by having played Kopaka a lot of times, and he swings a lot in plays. But he might have also sort of changed that strategy.
Right. And also, like, this is an example where, like, this is possible to crouch cancel reversal if you react on time.
With what?
With JC grab.
Okay, yeah.
But because
this war with a, like, kind of decent, like, almost PR level Marths where you just spam CC down tilt on each other, but so I kind of just assumed that was like the optimal response is when you CC a down tilt. But it
Double
probably
down
depends on the
tilt
spacing.
is maybe some of the worst things that you could like. If you are up against a crouch canceling opponent, because this will apply when you fight against like Sheik or something, or even me. If you down tilt and then down tilt again, it is single handedly the worst crouch cancel option you could possibly go for. Like the counter crouch that you could go for. The optimal way of beating like crouch cancel is like down tilt immediate dash back.
Okay.
Even then, it's like not the best because they could technically overshoot, but like you're gonna beat like people that try to crouch cancel and then like try to grab you in between down tilts.
Yeah.
Do
I
not.
mean, how else would you even contend with down tilt? I do like late spaced fair.
Yeah,
sometimes.
you could like jump there, you could jump there.
Okay.
But like by far one of the best ways to do it is crouch cancel run up grab.
Okay. Okay, obviously. Yeah, that side view is really bad.
So, yeah, and also one of Marth's hidden, like one of his best ledge dash options, because he was like dash dance down tilting you a lot from the ledge, is if you ledge dash and get at least one Galint, you could crouch cancel run up grab.
Yeah.
It's actually like secretly like such a good Marth ledge dash option if you know that they're not going to respect you.
Yeah.
So I recommend that. Good arms detect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, could have held down there. But yeah, once again, you're trying to attack when it's like possible that they could like cause especially when they have frame advantage, you should never try to like attack where they directly are. Because
that
like
makes sense.
Yeah, they could just avoid you. So it's like if you're gonna attack, try to overshoot, but here's the one trap of overshooting. Is that you're gonna enter run, and that's obviously really bad.
Yeah.
Like when you enter run, they're gonna see that you're obviously gonna attack, and a good player will just stuff you out. Like if it was me and you're trying to overshoot like forward smash, I'm just gonna like pivot nair this, essentially.
Yeah.
And like
I do that a lot versus like Fox with like pivot grab.
Yeah, you even know how predictable that could be if you like only overshoot. Like overshooting is good if it's like a slight extra distance, but when it's this far away, I don't think it'll work. At least against a good player. What I want you to at least understand is in this position, just like try to understand like what can Marth possibly hit me with. Because that's when in doubt, always like assess that question really quick. It's like instead of like going for a hit, you should ask yourself instead, what can they possibly hit me with? Because if say like you were crouching here and like they could have like wave dash down tilt you here. Okay, if I'm crouching here, I'm safe against wave dash down tilt. And like, you know, they jump forward, then I could dash out crouch and whiff punish their landing fair. And if they like dash dance here instead, like, okay, they're not gonna immediately hit me. So then now I could take space. So I don't want you to frame this as like, I need to get a hit right now.
Yeah.
I want you to frame this as what can immediately hit me.
Sure, that makes sense.
That is like the overall fundamental that I think is much better long term. In addition to just crouch canceling is just good. But what I want you to like frame the crouch cancel for is what can they immediately hit me with.
Okay.
And I think good results will come out of that. Because right now you're kind of like hitting them where he wants you to hit him at, and that is like getting him like big openings that that's getting him a lot of big openings that you didn't need to give him. Again, you're trying to hit him rather than thinking, what can they possibly hit me with?
Yeah, I mean, like, he basically couldn't have gotten hit by that smash if he tried.
Mm-hmm. And again, like, what can they possibly hit me with? And at this point, I'd be concerned about forward smash. Like, when you're above, like, I'd say, like, 30, 40% is when I start getting concerned about forward smash. If they're doing this, I like just putting out a nair. Because a nair will just beat... one of forward smash's big weakness is that his arm hurt box comes out first.
Yeah.
And that's why I like just putting out a nair. Downtown place is fine. Shielding is fine. But... yeah, this time he was funny enough, the reason why this worked is because he put himself at his frame disadvantage from this
By
roll.
rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I reacted that time, actually. I know it's hard to believe because some of my other ones look really bad.
Love seeing that. So yeah, are you thinking about how to not get hit? And my guess here is no. I think you were looking for a reversal rather than like, because here's the big. Even though this is the same thing, what my mind thinks about this is like he's gonna try to hit me with like a down tilt in place here, or way dash down tilt. I forgot. Yeah. My thinking is that he's gonna try to down tilt here, so I'm gonna predict that and then do a dash stance dash attack.
Okay.
Here, I think you had the mindset of I'm gonna reactively reversal, and that's why this failed. Because you can't react versus this down tilt. See how
I did the down tilt dash attack.
What?
I did the dash back dash attack, right? Was that what you said you would do?
I think you. But the big difference between you and me is that I am predicting.
Right. I did the dash attack too late, pretty much.
You try to react. You reacted that he down tilted when that's straight up impossible.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I do agree. I think that is a big problem with my play where I try to react to too much stuff that's unreactable. Yeah, you're trying to react to unreactable things, and obviously that's bad. And to take it a step further, how I'm framing this is that I'm framing this like I am trying to not get hit and getting the most out of like, okay, I'm going to punish them for trying to do this down tilt that might hit me. Versus you're trying to reactively reversal, which is like, this is why this didn't work out. Yeah.
You can't ever reactively punish down tilt in place. You have to predict it. And like, if you want to take it a step further, try to frame it in a way where you won't get hit easily. Yeah, I'm thinking here, like, if I'm the ledge, they're gonna try to like, they're gonna try to hit me with a down tilt, and I'm gonna like, whiff punish this on prediction.
Yeah.
Also, funny enough, I think he also tried to react too, which is why he failed too. So yeah, I know this might look sloppy, but this is, I think, far better than trying to hit an unhittable opponent. It's like just like scouting out where they might come out at you, and then you like slowly take space. And then what you really want positions, this kind of goes through like, this applies to almost all of Marth's matchups. It's just the specifics are different. But you want to try to fight on your terms. Like, you want to fight in your advantage state rather than try to fight in disadvantage. Like, you want to try to fight in your favor rather than fight very unfavorably. Like, an example of an unfavorable position is you try to way dash forward smash because they could very easily dodge it. And if you try to enter run, they could easily react to that and stuff you out. Versus, if you put yourself in a position where they're trying to attack you, like, at like a bad spot, where like it's flipped all of a sudden, like, because if you take space and then you're gonna force a decision tree from him, he can't dash back much further. So naturally they're gonna try to attack you when you have all this space, right? So overall, I want you to only swing when you have the advantage state. Yeah, where like you're not, essentially you're not trying to play their game, you're playing your own game. Where like, you know, you want to fight when EVs are in your favor.
I guess I just feel like my problem is like, with that I don't understand with that line of thinking is like, when I'm at disadvantage, I feel like if I just try to get out of disadvantage with my movement, I can do it maybe like once.
Disadvantage is a whole different topic. This is you repeatedly in your advantage state, completely throwing it away.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah, like when you're in a forced disadvantage state, honestly, maybe there's just not much you can do, and like sometimes you have to eat it. But when you have this comfortable advantage state that you're just repeatedly throwing away, that's a huge issue, right?
Okay.
Yeah. You just threw it away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Versus like, kind of like protect, if you like held your center, where like, again, what could they possibly try to reversal me with? Like, because a very common thing Marths love to do in a corner is like dash attack from the corner, run up forward smash. I'm gonna try to counter that first before I make like a decision like this. Like, this dash attack could be good, if they all they do is just dash dance right here, like repeatedly.
So like if I am standing in the center with advantage,
Mm-hmm.
I think for me in this matchup, the thing I'm most scared of is getting just ran up down tilted. So like, well, how do you like? I
Crouch
feel like
cancel.
just crouch cancel it at 143.
Yes. Because
Even
because the big weakness of run up down tilt from them, because I'm assuming you mean approaching down tilt, right?
mm-hmm.
Um, you know how precise of a spacing getting the tipper down tilt is?
That's true.
Yeah. So if you like crouch cancel at like any inner hitbox, oh my god, it lasts forever. You know why J-Mook was like so insanely good against Marth? It's for that reason alone.
Yeah. No, I've played players like that, and it's very frustrating.
Yeah.
Like,
Alternatively, you could also jump nair. But the problem with jump nair is that like you will lose like it. You're like preemptively setting up like an outplay, whereas like crouch can be a little bit more reactive.
that makes sense.
Like you want to try to be as reactive as possible to like a reasonable extent. Obviously, you can't be reactive in unreactable spot, but the reason why crouch cancel is so powerful compared to jump is because like you could react better off of it, providing that you're reacting to the right thing.
Right?
Yeah. What?
Because it's just faster, right? So
Yeah.
you have more time.
Yes. Thresholds for reactions with crouch canceling is like much better, or not much better, much faster.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to see a Ken combo there, personally. Instead of that forward throw, forward smash. Yeah, this JC.
Yeah, I'm on a new controller, kind of, and so it feels a bit weird. I feel like I'm missing some jump-related inputs.
Yeah, you know, it'll adjust. Also, you could crash cancel forward smash here, too. Just a little bit of food for thought.
I missed my fastball there.
This is where, again, you could have crouch canceled that down tilt. So, like, again, like, framing crouch cancel as a way of, like, what's the one thing they could possibly hit me with is very powerful. Because, like, one thing that I want to tell you about that crouch cancel trick is that they can beat you with, like, a run-up grab, which is why there's actually this precise spacing where, like, you want to be, like, right outside of, like, run-up grab, but, like, close enough where you can crouch cancel weak down tilt.
What does it mean to be outside of run up grab? Because can't they just keep running and then
well, at least run up instant grab.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
like right out of dash, basically.
Yeah, right. Because again, if they enter run, like they're more predictable that you could react to, and also most Marths just won't do that, frankly. Yeah, just like again, asking yourself like, what's like the one move they could possibly hit you with, and covering yourself. Where then you're playing your own game, covering like the only thing they can hit you with, will I think elevate your neutral game a lot more.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah. Like standing at a spacing where they could basically only hit you with one move.
Yeah, and then like, you know, making decision trees from there. Because like a lot of how you get better at neutral is like, how can I play my game rather than playing their game?
Yeah.
Should have dared that, by the way.
Yeah, makes sense. I've been just trying to do a lot more like late fastball fair to deal with things in general in Melee.
Did you say late fastball fair?
Yeah.
I really recommend that you do delayed no fastball fair.
Okay. To beat crouch cancel?
Yes, because if you do a lot of fastball fair, they're very like most people are very used to that reversal timing, but if you do no fastball fair, not only is it like the lowest possible fair that you could do a lot of the times, but also it's a different timing. They can't cover.
It feels like it's unsafe, but I guess it's just like you just do it just as late as possible, and then it's still.
It's also, you know how I say that like crouch canceling is pretty reactive. No fastball fair punishes that.
Right.
Because like
just waiting for the hit and then,
yeah, and also like they're kind of like reacting to the fastball timing, but then like when that doesn't happen and then like a couple frames later they get hit with the no fastball timing, that messes with reactions a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's actually
that's really cool.
I really recommend that you look up some Zane VODs where like he actually really utilizes this probably the best of any Marth.
Okay.
Where like
Do you have any matchups in particular?
No,
Like
just look up
Sheik?
any.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, Marth versus Sheik in particular is when
Okay.
where he uses it the most, and even like against me, where like when I started to spam crouch cancel a lot against him, he started to mix that up a lot, and that would own my crouch cancel game. And then I just really want to wait for the moment here. Oh, it's so good, so good. I love seeing that.
Oh,
Uh,
beautiful.
but yeah, anything else that you want to talk about? Oh, what's like, I guess the biggest takeaway that you've got from this ranked coaching session?
I would definitely say we talked. Obviously, we talked about crouch cancel a lot. Probably the Marth crouch cancel
Mm-hmm.
is the main thing. I mean, for Yoshi, I felt like I got like a tip or a trick or but like nothing really like that fundamental, you
Mm-hmm.
know, other than like I guess threat ranges.
Well, part of
I
playing
think
a fundamental Yoshi matchup is sort of like not only knowing tricks, but also things that won't get you killed. Like I
yeah,
think already like it's such a basic fundamental that we don't really ever say it, but like even knowing how to deal with double jump armor, not getting hit by an aerial for free is like a pretty
yeah,
big fundamental actually
yeah.
that a lot of players just tend to forget.
That's fair. And then I guess for Falco, I don't really remember
Light shield,
his light shield. Yeah,
light shield
light
more.
shield. I have been trying to implement that into my game somewhat, but I definitely want to do it more.
Yeah. And yes, for the Mark Diddle, I am saying to crouch cancel more, but again, I want you to frame it as if like you're playing your own game, which is like, what could they possibly hit me with?
Yeah, yeah,
And from there, the reason why I say that to emphasize again is so then like you kind of like do some checks. Like, okay, if they could only hit me with one thing, and I'm gonna counter them for this, because the reason why down tilt is the one thing they could do is because it's their furthest range move, and like
yeah,
it's like by far one of the most common openers in unranked. You check them, and if they do it, you get a free reversal, and if they don't, one, you're not immediately getting hit, and two, you get information.
yeah. I think that's a good point. It's probably like my biggest plateau right now, where I just see threat ranges and as like a very one-dimensional thing. It's just like what's their furthest reaching move instead of like the nuance of like what can you do about specific moves, you know? Like getting hit with a down tilt is very different than getting hit with like a down air,
Yes,
something like
because
that.
like, um, it's usually like long range moves, like Marths down tilt, Falco laser, Falcon nair. Like people will say, like yes, they are long range moves, but people forget that those moves have huge caveats. Like
Yeah,
yeah, Marths down tilt is long range, but the inside hitboxes you're literally really bad. It's literally
yeah,
useless. Um, Falco lasers. Well, it has like more than a 15 frame startup, more if you really consider Falco's jump squat. Plus, it could be power shielded. Plus, it could be take lasered. So there's a
yeah,
lot of caveats there. Similar issue with Falcon's Nair with Marth's down tilt, except it's in the air rather than the ground. So like,
yeah,
if you dash dance in, like they literally cannot hit you.
yeah. I love dashing under Falcon there.
Yeah,
I feel
so
like
it's
that's my
like
go-to.
people forget that just because it's a long range move, that doesn't mean that you can't exploit it in some way.
For sure.
Yeah, and like you need to play around
Which
that
is why you
accordingly.
need to use other moves than just your longest range
Yeah,
move.
exactly.
That's
Because like
yeah.
those long range moves has like a pretty big caveat. What's one more that I think is like yeah, Peach's turnips
Hot
too.
snare.
Yeah, Fox. Well, Fox Nair isn't. I don't think it's that long.
Really? Out
Nah,
of
I don't think it's
dash?
that
I
long.
feel like it's
But even
okay.
then, like it has caveats like crouch cancel
Yeah.
grab. If they do the highest Nair, you could shield grab it.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Knowing how to deal with their longest range moves with like certain caveats will help you out a lot.